I've always been fascinated by gadgets and engineering. My dad was an engineer. He worked for Frigidaire, and I was an aircraft mechanic. And when I was a kid, I used to experiment with these model rockets, right? And shooting them up and having them come down just became boring, so I started experimenting with the fins, and I shot one up, and it went astray and went to the neighbor's yard. And when, you know, they have on a clothesline, they had all this laundry hanging out. This rocket went right through one of the bed sheets, drying right there, and that mom thought, you know, their kid wetting the bed's the least of her problems now. Anyway, I ran across this website and a YouTube page called Smarter Every Day, and go to it. It's fascinating, and I want to show you a couple clips I got from this guy. His name's Dustin. He's an engineer. He's brilliant, and he wonders these things too. Now, I was a big fan of Mythbusters. They were great. This goes to another level because the technology they use is incredible, and the math, they go through the whole thing. Now, one thing they want to do is build a mechanical batting machine that would beat the human home run record in feet. And they did this. Now I'll show you some video here.
Ramping up the
here
power,
is
the
machine. As you can see, these bats are spinning like a helicopter. They're going 240 miles an hour. And what they did, it was they're going so fast, they hit with so much impact, they ruined the bats. Now here it is in slow motion. The ball's going 50 miles an hour. The bats are going 240 miles an hour. Look at this. Boom! It crushes the bat. And you don't see this, it's in slow motion, but that bat is broken, it gets thrown off in the centrifugal force. Now here's the home run it hits. You see it leave the bat here. Here's another view of it with the tracer they have. Here it goes. Boom. It is going so fast that it's like a knuckleball, and the wind exceeds, and the drag on it makes it curve, and it lands out there. Now these guys are so high tech, they have a machine that goes inside of a drone, and that tracer that'll let you take the same ride the ball took. That is it, 696 feet, exceeding the human home run record by more than 100 feet. Next, these guys wanted to see if they could make a baseball go at more than the speed of sound. Watch this. They tried it with a golf ball. Here's a little cannon they made to shoot a golf ball at supersonic speed, Mach 1.3. Look how this golf ball behaves when it hits a wall. Boom! Boy, if that's a Pro V1, that's expensive. Now they want to try it with a baseball, and they needed to go Mach 767 miles an hour, and they're going to exceed that with this cannon that they built. Now look at the left side here. That's pressure. The other side of the tube is vacuum. And here's the cannon after they build it. Now this is engineering at its best. It goes through this device to measure whether it's going subsonic or supersonic or not. And they absolutely do. Now that's a baseball that's shot into a wall at Mach 1.3. Look at that. It looks like it's painted on there. That's leather. And there's a picture of it that shows with the two waves showing that it's gotten supersonic. Now Dustin's like a little kid. Here's super slow motion on these two poles that are 12 feet apart. And the nice thing about these videos is they go through the math, they go through the technology, the trials and errors, and these guys are so brilliant engineers. I can't explain it. Here's a baseball going into the wall, slow motion. Looks like a watermelon exploding. This is a baseball. So now they have a super slow-mo camera. They get the best baseball available, in the actual Major League Baseball. They have a high-speed camera. Look, you can see that the seams are wearing off at the friction going through air at almost 1 1/3 Mach. Look at that. That's incredible. Now, the reason I brought this website up, smartereveryday.com, is things are going to get to normal before you know it, and you're going to have kids or grandkids that they're going to have science fair projects. This Smarter Everyday website is a fantastic resource on how they can have a science fair project that is heads above the rest. You go there, the work's been done, you see the math, you learn the math, and a science fair project is how you can go in there, point something out, explain why it works, and explain the math, and you'll impress somebody. It's an automatic A. Go to this website. The guy's name's Dustin. They have things on nuclear power. They have things on electricity. It's fascinating. The videos cost a couple of bucks, but it's well worth it. Go to this website, smartereveryday.com. It's great.